morning from a right now very rainy but a cloudy Colorado Springs, where we're here at Mount Lion Stadium for what should be two great games of soccer. And we're going to get started with a great game on the schedule, women's soccer, Westminster versus UCCS. I'm Jared Verner, joined here this morning by Jake Ross. Jake, on paper this season, these teams look like this will be a great game. And then go back to last year, the history between these two teams. This should be a fantastic game to start the day off with.
Yes, just like you said, when you go back to last year, the last two times these teams met was right here at Mount Lion Stadium on this field, RMAC tournament. The Mountain Lions were undefeated coming into that game, but Westminster came in and handed them their first loss of the season, eliminated them from that tournament, so that will definitely be top of mind for the Mountain Lions, looking for a little bit of revenge coming into today. But on the other side, Westminster will have some confidence coming into this game, but this time they're the ones that are coming in undefeated, so the Mountain Lions are going to be looking to hand them their first loss. Fifth ranked nationally, Mountain Lions, receiving votes, but not in the top 25 for the college Griffins. They're going to want to prove that they're here to stay, and the Mountain Lions are going to want to stay on top.
And as you mentioned, nationally, this game has big implications. And coming into this season, you mentioned unbeaten, the only RMAC team unbeaten in the Westminster Griffins. UCCS coming with a 6-game winning streak as well. And that one tie for Westminster was against that number 10 team in the nation that time, Northwest Nazarene. So this is really shaping up, I think, a great team. And then looking at this season, you have one of the top offenses in the country in UCCS against one of the top defenses in Westminster. I mean, this is lots of storylines here for us to unpack in the next 90 minutes.
Just like you said, yeah, and earlier in the season as well for the Mountain Lions, they were unranked. They went in and beat the number 2 ranked Dallas Baptist at the time, and that brought them into the top 25. The college Griffins, they did tie against Northwest Nazarene. That was their only meeting with a ranked school, and this is their chance to do what the Mountain Lions did and prove that they're here to stay.
No, and as we get ready here, you see there we're starting to get ready to get started here at Mount Lion Stadium. UCCS, this is storm the stadium for the Mount Lions today. They're in their black uniforms with gold trim. Westminster in their white uniforms and purple trim. As we get ready to start, it'll be Westminster kicking things off, and we're underway here at Mount Lion Stadium in Colorado Springs. And a deep ball already going against the Mount Lion goalkeeper, and a very quick corner kick opportunity for Westminster.
Yeah, Westminster is going to be looking to start fast here. The Mountain Lion defense, very strong, one of their strongest parts of their team this year. So, fast start.
And a good opportunity there, that time by Brianne Braun. And now another opportunity for Westminster, and that ball bouncing behind. Another corner kick opportunity, number 4. Already, we're just past 3 minutes into this ball game.
The Griffins also seem to be really working towards that side. All of the goal kicks that we have seen have come from that left side of the field, the west side, if you will. And maybe the Mountain Lions can use that kind of early information to see that they're trying to push play that way. Maybe.
Oh, great play there. Sorry to cut you off there, but that ball coming in. A great save there by DeShazer. And right now, Westminster definitely keeping the Mountain Lion defense on their toes. An opportunity here now for UCCS to try to potentially get this ball down the field a little bit, out of bounds. Another throw-in opportunity for Westminster.
Yeah, the Mountain Lions just seem to be scrambling a little bit early here. They're not really controlling the tempo of play, which they are definitely used to doing in their play. Sometimes Chloe DeShazer down in net doesn't see any action until halfway through the game. So making sure that they're awake on defense is never a bad thing, but you don't want to spend the whole time in your own half of the field.
No, exactly. Another opportunity here now for Westminster, kicked away by the Mountain Lions. And opportunity there for Westminster. And they're just kind of keeping it down that side of the field. And now a shot opportunity is going to be a goal. So an early goal already for Westminster here. Alexa Maple, as we mentioned, getting that first goal for the Griffins. And it's a 1-0 lead now against UCCS.
A tough break for UCCS there, but you cannot fault Chloe DeShazer there. Her positioning was good, but Maple just perfectly placed that one in the upper right-hand corner of the net. full extension from DeSazer, trying to make the save, but just out of her reach and into the net.
Alexa Maple, her second goal this season, has Westminster up 1-0 here early against Mount Lion, here at Mount Lion Stadium. Westminster receiving votes, the last unbeaten team in the conference against UCCS, ranked 5th in the nation, coming with a 6-game win streak. Their first home game in nearly a month after they've been on the road for the last 6 games.
Well, and the Mountain Lions are really trying to bounce back here at home. I had the pleasure of watching their last game against Texas A&M Commerce, and it was just a heartbreaker because UCCS was in that game the whole time, but the ultimate difference was an own goal off of their own forward. So we were talking about it after the last game, that the next time that the Mountain Lions are in town, it's going to be a different team, and they're going to want to get back on track. It's their only loss of the season, and really they have themselves to blame for it. So they're going to be looking to get back on track, trying to build confidence back up at home.
And a foul here on the UCCS offensive side gives them an opportunity to get at least some sort of a set piece here and get this equalizer here just past the 5-minute mark here. And we expected a great game, and so far the first 5 minutes have definitely held up to that, as we got Tara Patterson with this free kick opportunity. Everyone else lined up at the top of the box, and the kick is now in. And it'll bounce off the top. I believe that went off the top of the bar. Header for UCCS Mountain Lions by Maydew, and a save there. Again, the Westminster keeper, Craig Hoff, hasn't allowed a goal all year for Griffins. Hasn't allowed that one to get past here either.
Yeah, she knew exactly where that crossbar was. Played that perfectly right on the line. Good job, though, by Maydew. Heads-up play, being ready for the rebound off the crossbar, but couldn't get that one to go.
If you joined us a few minutes late, you already missed one goal for Westminster's Maple. That's the lone goal so far early on here in Mount Lion Stadium. A brisk breeze out of the south, cool to start off the month of October here in Colorado Springs. As looks like UCCS has settled down a little bit, not quite as discombobulated, I think, as I saw earlier on in this first 5 minutes. And now that great opportunity now for Mount Lions as Fowler bringing it down, and then in front of where we are, Steinberg. Steinberg kicking into the box, blocked it, kicked, headed out by Westminster, and now back over to Steinberg. Steinberg would get it back in again. A little bit too much there for Patterson as Craig Hoff picks up the ball and will bring it back down the field for Westminster.
We saw McKenna Fowler, number 7 for the Mountain Lions, bring that ball in. You'll see her kind of in an interesting flex role for this Mountain Lions team. She hangs back as a back-end midfielder, has a very strong defensive presence, but also kind of has that flex role of jumping up into the offensive play. If the Mountain Lions get any corner kicks today, you'll see her come in to the offensive zone and get involved there. So kind of a little bit of a quarterback on defense, but also likes to set up plays on offense.
As we mentioned, there's Fowler, and the Mountain Lions trying to get it back into the Westminster box a little bit, taking their time, moving the ball strategically down the field as Fowler on this near side, right by the UCCS letters, and a big ball to get it down the field. Looks like she's on, but it was close. But again, Craig Hoff denying Patterson the opportunity to score the equalizer.
Very nice centering opportunity there, and good job by the captain for the Mountain Lions team, Tara Patterson, staying on side, but splitting the defense and trying to get into that centering pass a little too far in front of her. Craycraft was able to jump in.
Cleared out by Westminster. Both teams trying to maintain control. Westminster doing a better job of it at the moment as that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throwing opportunity for the Mountain Lions early on here in this game. As we mentioned in our open, these two teams last met in the semifinals of the conference tournament on this field. Westminster getting to win in the semifinals against a then at that time undefeated UCCS Mountain Lion team. And right now the roles somewhat reversed, but so far the score trending in that same direction as UCCS looking for the opportunity to bring it down, and that's Westminster able to steal it away with Keeley. And Keeley so far taking it all the way, and it's broken up and recontrolled by Mountain Lions. Opportunity to clear it out. Miscue there for UCCS. It looks like they're finally going to be able to move the ball down the field against this Westminster opportunity. Out of bounds, Westminster throw in here just about 10 minutes into this ball game.
Little disjointed there on defense for the Mountain Lions, but once again, we talked about her coming into the day. Defensive Player of the Week, Katie Pacino, number 12, standing strong in the middle, not letting that Griffins attacker get past her and regaining the control for the Mountain Lions.
And that pass for Westminster over to Kurfürst, a little bit long, allows UCCS to reset a little bit here and move the ball back down the field. Here at Mountain Lions Stadium, a little bit of drizzle. Otherwise, it looks like it's going to be a cloudy day here in the Pikes Peak region. As that ball moves down the field, UCCS able to control in the second bounce, and it'll be a throwing opportunity for the Mountain Lions, who are moving quickly to go back down the field. Fowler throwing it back in, and Westminster able to break it up with Kurfürst. Kurfürst trying to get it back in, is knocked away by Mountain Lions. Another throwing opportunity for UCCS deep on their own end, though.
McKenna Fowler there on both of the throw-ins, trying to figure out what kind of pace the Griffins are responding to, tried to get the ball back in quickly, and they came right back, so slowing it down the second time, trying to mix up the tempo, get something going for the Mountain Lions.
A deep ball going downfield for UCCS, and it'll ultimately be controlled by Westminster after it bounces around a little bit. Griffins definitely looking good here. Mountain Lions, Patterson almost able to break that up, but no go there as Westminster able to get it down the field. And now Fowler with the opportunity. Getting it back into the keeper, DeShazer. Big ball down the field. Still controlling the Mountain Lions as they try to get something going here and cut into this 1-goal deficit against the Griffins. J.B. Belzer, his second year as the Mountain Lion head coach on the sideline. First regular season, for lack of better terms, after last year's COVID spring season. But J.B. Belzer, RMAC fans will know him a lot. He was the Regis General for years and years. Really built that program at Regis, and coming down to UCCS, which had an established program already, and trying to get the first regular fall season for J.B. Belzer as Westminster with a throwing opportunity at midfield with Keeley throwing the ball in for the Griffins.
Going back to what you said about the head coach for the Mountain Lions, J.B. Belzer, it's always exciting when you get an established presence coming into your program, but a little bit of a derailment with just the short 7-game campaign for the Mountain Lions last year, but everybody around the athletic department at UCCS really excited to see what he has in store for this season.
No, JB has been a great coach in the RMAC for many, many years. And on this other side, can't give anything against Tony LeBlanc, 15th season for the Griffins. On that side, has been with them from the transition from the NAI into Division II, and definitely Westminster looking very sharp for the team out of Salt Lake City.
And talking to both of the coaches before the game again, both of them said, we see these guys in the playoffs a lot. We're used to seeing them. It's a good program on either side. They know exactly what to expect coming in, and they just want to stick to their own game and let the best team win.
Kurfürst, almost an opportunity there, broke up a little bit by Mountain Lions, tried to get it back into the front of the goal, and it goes out of bounds. So a goal kick opportunity here with 32 minutes left in this first half. Westminster leading 1-0 against the home team, the Mountain Lions. We spent a lot of time talking about Krakoff hasn't allowed a goal for Westminster all season, already with the save or two for the Griffins. DeShazer, though, also doing a fantastic job for the Mountain Lions, only giving up 5 goals in her 8 games so far, 13 saves. Hasn't seen a whole lot of shots. This defense for the Mountain Lions, the offense, as we've talked about, obviously very powerful, but the defense doing a really good job to just minimize the opportunities for the other team's offense.
Absolutely right, and you obviously benefit from having a good defense as a goalkeeper, but when her name is called, Chloe DeShazer never wastes any time and is always up to the task.
A little bit of opportunity for Ledoux. Not quite enough there as Krakoff again kicks it back down the field for Westminster. Here in the first half between these two teams, deep ball now for Westminster, out of bounds. It'll be an opportunity for UCCS to throw it back in just in front of their own bench.
Good job on defense there by Dominique Estrada for the Griffins. Ledoux was coming in, had the momentum coming up the field, and the ball was right there for her, but she pinched her, cut down the angle to the net, and took away that offensive opportunity for the Mountain Lions.
The throw-in turned into the free kick after the foul by Westminster. Now all of a sudden the Mountain Lions are in front of our broadcast position. We're just looks like about 30 yards from the Westminster goal. As Mountain Lions trying to put that in. A great opportunity there for Patterson to keep that ball from going any further down the field. UCCS still maintain possession. A physical matchup between those two players over there. It will go against the Mountain Lions as Bree Johnson called for the foul against the Griffins. If you're just joining us, 15 minutes into this game, we'll reset. Westminster up 1-0 against UCCS after a quick early goal from Alexa Maple. As Mountain Lions settling in a little bit here, their first game at home in 4 weeks. And now a free kick opportunity for the UCCS keeper, DeShazer. Kicking it onto the near side of the field from our broadcast position. And a deep ball now by Fowler. Can't quite connect with Patterson. And Craycroft would take it down the field just from outside of her box. Fowler trying to put something together for the Mountain Lions, and it'll get it into the near side to Patterson. Now to Patterson. A little bit physical, but no foul there, and it's now an opportunity now for Ledoux. Ledoux trying to bring it down the field. 1 and 2 opportunity. Westminster able to take away. Ledoux, though, still maintaining it. She's able to steal it back for the Mountain Lions. Getting it back a little bit closer to center. As we've got Merlot back over to the center. Deep ball trying to get it into Maydew. A little bit long, and opportunity now for the Mountain Lions. Can't quite connect on that one with 29 minutes left in his first half.
Great footwork there by Jane Ledoux right here in front of us. She never gave up on the play. She lost the ball right there in the middle, but she stuck with it, used her body to get body position, and fought for the ball back, kept the Mountain Lions' offensive threat alive.
Definitely. And Westminster doing a fantastic job of limiting these opportunities for UCCS, as now Westminster will have a free kick opportunity just to the left of midfield. Ball put back into play for Westminster. 28 minutes left to go in this first half. And can't quite knock that away. Griffins still maintain possession here. Slowly moving it down the field with an opportunity on the far side. Almost knocked away, but still maintain possession. Both teams doing a really good job of making sure nothing is going to come easier for either of these teams here this morning. And a throwing opportunity now for Westminster. About, looks like 10 or 15 yards away from that corner flag. As Wheeler will throw it in for the Griffins. And throws it instead directly to Tori Maydew. So UCCS able to get the turnover, and now a deep ball going down to midfield for the Mountain Lions.
Mountain Lions aren't really being able to set anything up offensively or defensively, really. They're going for the deep balls.
And they're going to say she was onside. It looked like it could have been offside a little bit. But Ledoux there with the opportunity and a throw-in opportunity now for the Mountain Lions. A quick move back down the field to Ledoux, the freshman local product out of Sand Creek High School.
Just as I say that, I'm saying that they're not really connecting on the deep balls there, but they get one to Ledoux. Amazing that she was able to stay onside. She did have a hesitate for a second, but great play by her. But as I was saying, they're just not really being able to set anything up. The Griffins are dictating the pace of play on both sides of the field, and the Mountain Lions have just looked wholly disjointed up to this point.
Yeah, definitely had the opportunities, though. We can't discount for the UCCS, but just not controlling the tempo nearly to the same as Westminster. As we see Fowler on the near side in front of the letters, going over to Steinberg, back over to Fowler, and centers it a little bit into Merlot. Merlot, deep ball down to the far side of the field, and it's going to be a little bit too much for Johnson to run down. It'll be a free kick or a goal kick opportunity now for Craycroft.
We'll see with Steinberg throughout this game. She's a big proponent of getting the ball towards the net. If she can't really get anything set up herself, she'll move that ball into the middle of the field, try and find some black jerseys, and see if there's never a bad idea to get the ball to the middle of the field. And she is really a believer of that. So she will, if she can't get anything set up herself, she'll just move the ball, see what happens.
Definitely give the opportunities there and the chances there when you can. As now on the far sideline, it'll be a throwing opportunity now for UCCS, and they're not going to waste any time trying to get this ball into play. And a foul called against, I believe that is Patterson on the far sideline. And so it'll be a free kick for Westminster.
And as I said, the Mountain Lions not really able to get anything set up, but it seems like Westminster has been set up in all situations. So whenever the Mountain Lions have an inbound opportunity or a free kick, they're really trying to rush that pace of play, try and catch Westminster off guard, not get them the opportunity to set up any plays.
That deep ball stolen away from the Mountain Lions, and all of a sudden this Ledoux once again for UCCS trying to make something work 1-on-2, and now we'll wait for her teammates to catch back up. But Ledoux, as you mentioned, that footwork just amazing. Kicked away by Westminster. That is Keeley. Throw an opportunity now as Fowler will throw the ball in with 25 minutes to go. And we got substitutions coming in now, so a little bit of a break in the action as for both teams, one sub apiece. We'll see if we can get, looks like that is Munger coming in for Westminster, and for UCCS, that is Hinkle. As Fowler getting ready to throw in the ball in on the near sideline for UCCS. Headed away by Westminster. And now Fowler once again just in front of us with the opportunity, a handball, I believe was what was called by the center ref against Steinberg.
Hinkle coming into the game for the Mountain Lions had the only goal in the previous meeting last year. Fell 2-1. Hinkle had the only goal. They had lots of opportunities, but once again, the story in that one was that Westminster really dictated plays. Shots were 16-3 in favor of the Griffins, so they really were controlling that game, and that seems to be the story here. The Mountain Lions just have to find a way to get the ball, get control, and dictate the pace of play and play the game on their own terms.
No, definitely. Living up, you were here last year, and it's that ball put into the center by Steinberg, blocked, cleared away by Westminster, but it's definitely still staying in bounds, and it'll go out, kicked out of bounds by Westminster, as Steinberg will have the opportunity to throw it in about 10 yards away from the end line here at Mountain Lion Stadium. Ledoux trying to get it back into Steinberg. Steinberg has it knocked away by Estrada, but possession maintained by UCCS as we see Fowler there kicking it back into the center. And a foul called that will go against Steinberg. Ref says a little bit too much on that tackle.
Not quite sure what the center ref saw. He was behind the play. There wasn't a whole lot of contact we could see very well from where we are, but the number 10 Maple for the Griffins went down hard, and that was enough to get the call for the foul.
No, but I agree. Not a whole lot there, but, you know, both teams about halfway through this first half still trying to see what they can and can't get away with. Each ref is a little bit different on what they're going to allow to go through. And a great opportunity now for UCCS as that's Hinkle, as you mentioned, had that goal against Westminster last year, able to get the potential breakout opportunity, but now Mountain Lions will reset a little bit, take their time to get this down the field. Ledoux on this near side will get it back in, and it is cleared up by Craycroft. Had two opportunities for the Mountain Lions to try to punch that in for the equalizer.
Good forward pass there, a good ball for the Mountain Lions there. Ledoux not able to get the corner there. I'm not even really sure if that was a shot, more of a cross back into the box, but not able to get a whole lot on it. And the Griffins were able to recover and take control back.
No, definitely plenty of options there as we had two Mountain Lions crashing in to try to get it there. But Craycroft hasn't given up a goal, is going to try to maintain that streak here at Mountain Lion Stadium this morning.
If there's anybody that's going to be able to beat her from the Mountain Lions coming into today, it's going to be the captain, number 10 for the Mountain Lions, Tara Patterson. Last week, she set a program record, 30 goals. That's a high mark in the history of this Mountain Lions program. Congratulations to her. But if anybody's going to be able to break that ground for the Mountain Lions, it's definitely going to be number 10 for the Mountain Lions.
No, as you mentioned, Tara Patterson, 4 goals on the season this year, 5 assists, leading the Mountain Lions in total points. But yeah, the offense runs through her, 30 shots, more than the top next 2 Mountain Lions combined in terms of shot attempts, as we get 2 more subs coming in, 1 from each team. As looks like for Westminster, Sage Stott coming in for the Griffins. Didn't quite catch. I don't know if you're able to catch who came in for the Mountain Lions.
It was both for the Griffins. Number 13, Olivia, also coming in for the Griffins a little bit. They did have the Mountain Lions had somebody up there, but I think they pulled them back last minute, and the Griffins took advantage, throwing the extra sub in. So a little bit of sideline games going on as well for between the Griffins and the Mountain Lions. 2 veteran coaches over on the sideline know what they have played this chess game a lot and know where they want to play their pieces.
No, exactly. Definitely, you got 2 great teams, 2 great coaches. And so far, this game has not disappointed yet, as Fowler with the ball now on the near sideline for UCCS, getting it back into center on the far sideline now. And Mountain Lions definitely taking their time, and it's going to be knocked away. We'll see if Westminster not quite able to clear it out all the way back to midfield, but UCCS an opportunity to try to recenter this a little bit.
Fowler trying to push the pace of play here, getting to the middle.
And knocked away by Westminster, but controlled on the rebound by UCCS. Mountain Lions definitely able to maintain control. A little bit of a pass through some traffic. Not quite sure it's going to get anything there, and it's going to be a goal kick opportunity as Westminster able to smartly kick that off the feet of Hinkle. And now we got that sub coming in for UCCS.
Looks like it's going to be number 14, Amelia Jungi, coming in for the Mountain Lions. Looks like Steinberg is going to be going off. Maybe not. She looked like she was running over there.
Yeah, so we have now a goal kick opportunity, but it's going to be taken instead by Dominica Estrada for the Griffins. A big ball down the field, and still both teams trying to maintain possession here on this loose ball opportunity. And it looks like it's going to come away from the Mountain Lions with the opportunity to move it down the ball quickly. Patterson at midfield for UCCS. And Jungi, who just came in, kicks the ball into the box. Not quite any Mountain Lions there who are in position to get it, and is picked up by Craycroft. So those fresh legs for UCCS, currently on the east side of the stadium, near side in terms of how you're seeing it on your cameras at home. And Jungi, once again, coming off the bench and making a difference early on for the Mountain Lions.
And Jungi is another one of those offensive players for the Mountain Lions. Hasn't had a whole lot of impact this year, only 1 goal and 1 assist coming into this game, but definitely had a very impactful presence last season for the Mountain Lions. Still trying to get things going early in the RMAC matches here, but she is sure to figure out eventually, and when she does, it's going to be yet another weapon for the Mountain Lions on offense.
And that right there was probably about the most possession we've seen Westminster control in quite a little bit of time. Much more focus on that end of the field than we've seen in probably the last 10 or 15 minutes, as UCCS, after giving up the initial goal, has really kind of settled down and really has put a lot of their offense into place here on the south side of the stadium. As I say that, as Westminster, like I said, looks like they're kind of regaining control here a little bit in this game, trying to get their opportunities after UCCS really able to kind of take it against this Westminster defense. Long ball down the field. Still in bounds, as the Shazer will kick it onto the far side. You see Fowler there on your screen. 17 minutes left to go in this first half. Rain has stopped, but the breeze has not. So the jackets are out here on October 1st. As fall is definitely coming in. We got the first snow on top of Pikes Peak this week. Can't see it right now with the cloud cover. As the seasons are changing. Last time these teams played, I wasn't here, Jake, but I would imagine the conditions were a little bit warmer.
Yeah, the spring game definitely a little nicer. That was back in the crazy COVID days of Division II athletics. We had a softball game that day, a baseball game that day. We were all over the place, but all focus was definitely here for the playoff games at Mountain Lions Stadium. Didn't fall the Mountain Lions' way, but a fun day nonetheless.
Definitely. Fowler trying to get that in, and it looks like an offsides opportunity called right where we are standing, as Hinkle is just a little bit offsides. I looked like a little on to me. I don't know. We had a great line.
Yes, right even with us. It looked like they were even. I think they said that Hinkle took a little bit of a momentum advantage maybe that caused the offside, but it looked pretty even right down this 15-yard line of the football field. It seemed pretty even to us, but we don't get to make the calls.
No, we don't, and I wouldn't want to make that call either. It's it's great to say it from the end, but I'm not the one with the flag on the sideline. So, as Westminster trying to kind of get neither team really having a great time controlling the tempo in the last few minutes, as that ball go out of bounds, and it'll be an opportunity now for Fowler. Again, a quick opportunity to throw it in. There was a sub opportunity, but I agree. The center ref was good. It was a sub for Westminster, so not a legitimate, not a valid sub opportunity. As we cross the 30-minute mark, 15 minutes left to go in this first half.
Yeah, they changed the substitutions rules a little bit last year. You can only sub in on your own possession, either a throw-in or a corner kick. So a lot of confusion, especially last year with all of the COVID changes, but still working out some of those as we see them more this season.
And now we've got Fowler into Ledoux. There'll be a throw-in opportunity. And again, and we do have UCCS coming in. I was about to say, same situation as last time, but we do have players coming in. And I'll try to get Westminster if you already have UCCS.
Looks like Kinsey's going to come in place of Fowler for the Mountain Lions.
And for Westminster, we've got Elena Pierce coming in place with Sammy Black. As now rest signals, ball is ready to come in as we have Jungi tossing it back in, headed out by Westminster. But Ledoux will try to get that in. Just like, as you said, just try to set her in there, see what you can make happen. Craycroft isn't going to let any opportunities develop, and she's going to catch the ball and get it back down the field.
Little off target there by Ledoux, but never a bad thing to get that ball into the box. Good things always happen when you do. And just the Mountain Lions, with the shots that they have, not very many thus far, only 2 for the Mountain Lions registered, but all of their box centers, their shots so far, not getting a whole lot of life on that ball, and you're going to need a whole lot more to be able to beat Craycroft.
As Westminster throwing in on that far sideline. And we'll kick the ball back into the box a little bit. Westminster, this is their first chance in a long time. Looks like that was maybe blocked or at least deflected by UCCS. But Westminster will maintain possession and get the ball. Recenter a little bit with Tashuki. Now back over to the far sideline.
Yeah, as you said, Ella Fisher, I think it was over there, able to get a foot on that one, redirected out of harm's way for the Mountain Lions.
And now an opportunity for UCCS, definitely on, and Craycroft comes out outside of her box to try to clear it away. Can't quite do so, and now it finally goes out of bounds. Westminster will throw it in, but a great opportunity now. Steinberg on that far side just flying down the field. And Craycroft doing a good job of, coming out and trying to make sure that nothing happens from that one.
A good job also for Tara Patterson being able to keep that ball in bounds after the initial shot. It looked like it took a violent bounce towards that sideline. It did end up going out, but a good job keeping it in play for Patterson.
And another opportunity. Mountain Lions just trying to get the balls into center, see what they can make happen. But Craycroft, again, there's a reason why she is the RMAC Goalkeeper of the Week. She is doing a fantastic job of maintaining this back line for the Griffins. A little bit of a stumble, a little bit of a contact, but center ref will let them continue to play on. And a turnover now, UCCS with the ball. But Westminster doing a really good job of coming back and making sure that they defend their goal. 12 minutes left to go in this first half. As on this far sideline, we've got Jungi back over to Kinsey for the Mountain Lions. Ball goes in and is broken up by Westminster. Deep ball by DiGeronimo. And looks like Mountain Lions will be content with just passing it back to DeShazer.
The Griffins are relentless on the ball at all parts of the field. They're just wherever the ball is, they've been attacking number 2, Madison Schmidt, for the Griffins, really, both on defense on the south side of the field and on offense on the north side. if the Mountain Lions have the ball, she's just in their face, attacking them, trying to fight for possession. And if she doesn't get possession, she's just trying to fluster them, not give them the opportunity to set anything up, see the field. And she's doing a great job. It's really throwing the Mountain Lions off.
You know, exactly. Patterson with the opportunity goes a little bit long for the two players who had the opportunity for the Mountain Lions as we get another couple of subs coming in. Missed who they were exactly.
There's Takahashi coming in for the Mountain Lions. Ledoux line, she's really had a big impact offensively thus far in this game.
And I believe Cassidy came in for Westminster, I believe in place of Madison Schmidt. So 10 minutes left to go in this game. Fresh set of legs for both teams as Westminster with the throwing opportunity with Preston throwing the ball in for the Griffins. Griffins with the opportunity now, and the opportunity, I think that was a shot just a little bit wide for Alexa Maple. She's already got one goal of the game. Had some opportunities there. I believe that was Stout who also could have made a play on that ball as we got another sub coming in for UCCS.
Checking in for the Mountain Lions.
Looks like that's going to be number 5, Abby Barheit, coming into the game. She's one of those harassing type players. She's going to get in your face. She's all over the field. A little bit of a Swiss Army knife for the Mountain Lions, but she likes to show her speed on those long balls downfield, try and get behind the defense.
Westminster with another opportunity. Once again, a shot this time by Maple. Goes over the bar. Again, Maple scoring that first goal within the first 5 minutes. That's the only goal so far of the game.
An impressive leg being shown off there by Maple. We saw her perfectly place that one out of the reach of DeSazer for the first goal. And that one, she was, I'd say, greater of 50 feet out from the net, and she had a strong kick to put that one just over the crossbar.
No, Westminster definitely showing their prowess here in the last few minutes with a couple of opportunities. And Mountain Lions trying to get it back down the field, but this Griffin defense just not letting anything come down. And again, that kick from DeShazer will go out of bounds. Another opportunity for Preston to throw this ball in for Westminster. And looks like Jungi is going to be able to get that out. Still a little bit tentative for the Mountain Lions as both teams trying to kind of get something put together here. And looks like Westminster's ultimately going to maintain possession. Goes out of bounds in favor. Last touch by the UCCS Mountain Lions.
That was a good defensive play, though, there by Kelsey Takahashi for the Mountain Lions. She came in, harassed that offensive player, but kept her hands and her wits about her, didn't take a foul. Patterson was able to come in and clear that ball out to get the throw in, but a good job there disrupting play by Takahashi.
Westminster with another opportunity, and again, UCCS able to kind of at least deflect it and make some noise for Westminster. And it looks like UCCS finally will be able to maintain possession. As I say that, turnover at DeGeronimo for Westminster will kick it all the way back to Craycroft with 8 minutes left to go in this first half.
A little bit of a reset here coming for Westminster, keeping Craycroft in the game a little bit, giving her some action, but not a lot of play on this side of the field in the last 3 or 4 minutes from the Mountain Lions as they're starting to push into that side of the field now.
And Genji able to get the ball for the Mountain Lions with Kinsey just at the midfield line. Kicked out of bounds into this field at Mountain Lions Stadium, and it will be UCCS throw. Another 2 subs now coming in for the Mountain Lions on the far sideline.
Yeah, Megumi Takushi coming in for Westminster, not even wasting any time, not going to try and get any possession there. She was the last defender back for the Griffins. Just clear that one out, let the Mountain Lions try and set something up different and get your defense down on that side of the field. Good defensive decision there.
So it looks like Lassiter and Will Polt coming in for UCCS as the ball is put back into play. Westminster trying to maintain possession. It looks like they'll be able to do so as Maple tries to pass it and is broken up by Mountain Lions at midfield. It's just under 7 minutes left to go in this first half. UCCS trying to score an equalizer here before halftime against these two teams coming with a lot of history. This is probably, I would say, the RMAC game of the week, for lack of better terms. A lot of physicality, and so far this game has not disappointed.
Yeah, Sophia DiGeronimo over there, able to draw the foul. I believe it was Abby Barheit who will be held responsible there. A little bit of trying to get that physical play in, but there is a line, and the ref is establishing that.
Westminster thought about trying to get it into the front of the goal. Can't quite do so. Now it'd be a throw-in opportunity for UCCS just to decide on their own net, or decide on our sideline. And by the time she threw it in, she was in front of the bench, but refs is making her back up now 10 yards.
Always trying to see what you can get away with there on the throw-ins. A little, especially with the bench there, pretty easy to measure where the ball went out, but always trying to push it a little bit.
Another throw-in opportunity, this time legitimately in front of the UCCS. Oh, no, maybe not. This series, he's definitely being a little bit more of a stickler. As UCCS able to throw it in and broken up by Westminster. Westminster with the advantage and trying to get the ball in. It's Maple once again with the shot. It's going to be a high and to the right. But Maple definitely trying to get some insurance goals here for the Griffins before halftime.
It does seem like that top right corner is Maple's favorite spot to put that ball. It looks like the Chasers kind of gathering that information in, starting to play a little bit more to that right side of the net. It's hard when you're coming that direction as an offensive player to bring the ball back accurately the other direction. So good positioning there by DeShazer, trying to push herself to that side of the net, give her a better chance, because as we saw in that last one, she was in good position, but it was just out of her reach. So she slides over a little bit, she'll be able to get to that corner a little bit better.
No, definitely just under 5 to play here in the first half. And on the far sideline, it'd be an opportunity for Westminster to throw it in front of the Mount Line coaching staff. And UCCS definitely doing their best to disrupt an opportunity. Possibly Westminster's doing a good job of controlling that possession, not giving an opportunity for Lassiter to get her feet on the ball. But until now, Lassiter is on, looking like she's going to try to get in. It goes off of Westminster and be a corner kick opportunity now for UCCS with just over 4 minutes left in this first half.
Looks like Dominique Estrada over there, number 12 for the Griffins, got a stray foot to the shin there. Nothing. They were playing the ball, so it is a legal play, but never feels good to get kicked in the shin pad. Taking an extra second, they won't bring the trainer out. It looks like she will stay in the game.
Jungi with the corner kick opportunity now for UCCS, caught up a little bit in that netting to keep balls from going onto the street. Ball has been put in the play in front of the net. It's knocked away by Craycroft, but Patterson there to maintain possession for UCCS. Back into the front of the net again, and Craycroft will control it this time to get it back down the field.
That was a nice ball inbounded there by Jungi. She put it right where she needed to, but Craycroft came streaking through a sea of players in the box there and just knocked that one out of harm's way. Patterson wasn't able to get back to it in enough time to really put a put-back shot there, but a good offensive opportunity for the Mountain Lions.
Definitely their first corner kick opportunity of the morning for Westminster. I think all 4 of those came within the first 4 minutes for them. As UCCS 3 minutes left to go in this first half, trying to get this equalizer as we see Kinsey getting it back down the field over into Lassiter. Lassiter kicking the ball down. Patterson, they're going to say she was on. That was another close one, but it's going to be a little bit too far for either Lassiter or Barheit, and ball is out of play, and it would be a goal kick opportunity for Craycroft.
Well, quite the student of the game that Patterson is. The rule is that when the ball is kicked, you have to be behind that player. She puts herself in the perfect position every time, that right when that ball is kicked, that she turns on the jets, goes right past that last defender, and puts herself in a position to have a good scoring chance. That's why she's the leading scorer for this Mountain Lion program. And it shows on those plays.
Definitely. Estrada taking that free kick in place of the goalie to put the ball back into play. 2 minutes left to go in this first half. And both teams playing just as physically as they did to start this game. And now an opportunity for Jungi. Jungi kicking off the shins of Preston, and Preston able to maintain control. Gets it back to Craycroft. Deep ball for Craycroft to midfield. And UCCS will be the ones to come up with possession. We'll see Westminster trying to maintain it. And now there's Maple with the ball for the Griffins.
Good job there by number 13, Olivia Preston for the Griffins. Jungi had her beat there on the corner. She was able to take the right path, cut down the angle once again. That's the name of the game for these defenders, and she did a great job. Got back to the ball first and took away that offensive opportunity from Amelia Jungi.
83 seconds left to go in this first half, and Kinsey bringing the ball down the field for UCCS at midfield, getting back into the center to Wilpolt. Wilpolt trying to struggle, able to get it over to sorry. I tried to do that pronunciation. Takahashi. Please tell me I got that somewhat right.
Takahashi, you were close on that one, yep.
Okay. But now a free kick opportunity. 1 minute left to go in this first half.
You're going to see a real hard offensive press here for the Mountain Lions. Going down into the locker room tied is much different than going down a goal.
Looks like a header attempt by Patterson a little bit to the right, and Krakoff will have the goal kick opportunity as Westminster subbing in with 40 seconds left to go in this first half. Now 33 seconds left to go as it'll once again be Estrada taking this free kick for the Griffins. Looks like this might be the end of the play unless either team can get a real quick breakaway opportunity. 20 seconds left to go in this first half. It's headed around, ultimately controlled by, looks like we'll see. It's still waiting to see, and it'll be out of play. So 10 seconds left to go. I think that's going to close out this first half for both teams. But Jake, as we look back at this first half, I mean, there's a lot to be excited about for both teams if you're a fan of either team. Obviously, Westminster with that 1-0 lead, with that early onslaught, but coming in, UCCS also has a lot that they can be excited about too.
Absolutely. The Mountain Lions, really the name of the game is just fighting for possession. The Griffins really dictated the pace of play for most of that. They kind of had about a 5 to 10 minute range in the middle there where they started to get the pace back. Lots of the play was on this half of the field, but never really got any true offensive threats going except for that corner kick. So really for them, they're going to want to get down into the offensive zone, spend more time down there, and get some offensive plays set up so that they can get better shots on net. Craycraft, we said she's a great goalie. You're going to have a set play that's got a good shot on net to be able to beat her today.
No, exactly. Halftime, UCCS down 1-0 to Westminster. This game has everything that we were planning for between these two teams. A rematch of last year's semifinal game, and both teams receiving national attention. Obviously, UCCS fifth and Westminster receiving votes. We're going to take a little bit of break for halftime, and we're going to come back in about 15 minutes as these two teams get ready for the second half. For Jared Verner, I'm Jared Verner. For Jake Ross, thank you so much. We'll see you back here in a few minutes.
Beat.
UCCS gives me the freedom I need. With flexible courses and an inspiring campus, UCCS fuels success.
Apply today at uccs.edu.
things don't fall into place. They take root where you choose to dig. With thrive and diligence, power and spirit, nerve and heart. It's about effort, strength, intent, risk, and unwavering resolve. So leave your bubble, find your element, make your way. Clear a path for one, for some, for many. This is Westminster College, where success comes to those who don't rely on chance. Where you claim a life of consequence, where opportunity is really just energy and direction, and you.
As far as I know, this is the only center in the nation that really integrates clinical services and undergraduate and graduate education and research.
The Hibble Center is a result of leadership from two pillar organizations, UCCS and Centura Health, recognizing an opportunity and a need for this community and coming together to make something very special happen.
Students, teachers, researchers, collaborating with our excellent caregivers at Centura Health is what's going to make this place super special.
We've traveled the world, looked at all the wonderful sports medicine facilities, and can say that this is really the only true facility that brings the academics and the clinical piece under one roof.
If you look at the two organizations, UCCS and Centura, they've been long-term partners in the community, very committed to the Colorado Springs community, and I can't think of a better partnership.
We found with Centura Health a shared vision and a commitment to create a sport medicine performance center that integrates undergraduate and graduate education, which is geared towards experiential learning as well as research.
I would define sports medicine as a comprehensive care of athlete. The Hibble Center has everything you could ever want as far as an athlete or an active person, as far as equipment, personnel from athletic training staff to performance coaches to physicians, state-of-the-art radiology, MRI, ultrasound, real-time x-ray, everything you could want in a one-stop sports medicine center.
We understand movement, we understand biomechanics, and so when we're training our athletes, we know how to train them the right way. When you're sprinting, you're not just running down the track. We know your knee angle, your hip angle, how much force production you need. And so there's a lot of value in that for making sure what we're doing in sports performance training actually transfers to what you're doing in your sport.
With the collaboration between UCCS and Centura, we have the opportunity to help be on the leading edge of new and improved medical procedures and treatments.
I'm excited about the entire building, whether it's education, rehabilitation, whether it's actually dedication to increased performance. This building really has it all.
When you look at our facilities, we've really designed the facilities so you can do just about anything you'd want to do. For someone like me who studies altitude physiology, we've got altitude chambers, environmental chambers, we've got exercise labs, we've got biomechanics labs, we have rooms that are set up to do, sophisticated biochemical work. Everything is under one roof.
We have 14 instructional spaces in this building. We only have 5 typical classrooms, so the rest of them are actually instructional laboratories, which combine experiential education and then the traditional didactic education.
When you look at this project, I have to think of the vision of Venkat Reddy and Centura Health for what they are doing to truly have an impact on sports performance, education, and medicine within the Pikes Peak region the state, and the nation.
The majestic mountain lion, the perfect combination of size and deadly agility. This big cat is capable of speeds of 40 to 50 miles per hour, when properly motivated. UCCS, find your inner mountain lion.
I think one of the things that I was really surprised by at UCCS was that even though there are 11,000 students here, it feels like a small campus. So get to know the faculty really well.
You always get that one-on-one connection to your professor, you get to know your classmates, and it's just a really good learning environment.
The campus is amazing. Just getting to walk from building to building and see the view is really spectacular.
There's tons of support for students on campus. It comes from Excel centers and tutoring labs that they have.
There's always a lot of stuff to do on campus for active students like myself. I'm in a sorority on campus and I love all the friends I've made there.
What I like most about UCCS is that we have a real desire to grow and stretch ourselves and our push to become something greater.
My name is Jason Mitchler. I'm Director of Operations of the Hibble Center, and I work for Centura Health. In simple terms, the altitude chamber works by changing the percentage of oxygen in the air. So if it's a low percentage, then we are at higher altitude. If it's a higher percentage, then we are at lower altitude. We're the only retail altitude chamber in Colorado Springs, and probably there's only a few in this state. And the other thing that's unique about us is we don't require a membership. So you could come in and do one session, you could buy a month-long session, or you could buy a punch card. And so that's what makes this space unique. So what it does is that if someone's training at high altitude, some of the benefits are there's some physiological adaptations that happen. So improved endurance, improved VO2 max, improved recovery time, better oxygen to the tissues. For low altitude, the big thing is you're able to train at a higher pace. Why that matters is because it changes your neural turnover, your ability to run faster, so that when you go and you run a race, your body has ran at that faster pace for a while, and so it's just a good adaptation also. So in the chamber, there's 4 wood-weight treadmills, the Techno step mill, and then we also have the capability to put top-of-the-line Atomex, the stationary bikes in there. Monday and Friday, we run it at low altitude, so our sea level, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we run it at high altitude. For high altitude, it depends on what we're doing for that week, so either we'll run it based on what the client or the athlete altitude they'd like to run at. Usually it's an hour session. So if you want to train here, probably the best way is to go on the hibblecenter.org website, and also you can email us at centurasportsperformance.org and we can get a hold of you. And then our email and our phone number are all on the website. Is probably the best way to get scheduled here.
Picking the right college is key. And with one-on-one attention and hands-on experience, UCCS fuels success.
Apply today at uccs.edu.
Beat.
Up 1-0 against the home team Mountain Lions. Jared Verner here with Jake Ross. Jake, as we talked about to start this game, man, this game has lived up to expectations, it feels like.
Yes, absolutely. And we talked about how Westminster really kind of controlled the play for the first time. For them, they're going to want to keep that moving, just keep the pressure on UCCS. For the Mountain Lions, regroup a little bit during halftime, get feedback under you, come out strong, make sure that you're on the ball, you're making good, solid passes. They were kind of relying on that long ball, wasn't connecting on a whole lot of them. It worked out a few times, but that's not a great game plan from start to finish. So try and set things up, move fluidly from the defensive zone into the offensive zone and get some things going for yourselves offensively.
We kind of talked a little bit during the break here, and we talked a little bit coming into halftime just as we were closing out. To get a goal past the Westminster goalkeeper, what is it going to take?
It's like I said, you're going to have to set something up in the offensive zone. They're really kind of trying to get stuff off of transition right now. That's what we've seen thus far. You need to move in, get your offense set. A set play is really probably the only way I see them beating the Griffins defense and goalkeeper both. I mean, it's been hard to get past. We've talked about Dominique Estrada kind of standing strong defensively for the Griffins, but to be able to get one past Craycroft, you're going to have to set yourselves up, get a strong, hard shot on goal, and that's really the only way I see the Mountain Lions breaking the ice here.
Mountain Lions finally coming out of their halftime huddle. Both teams look like they're about ready to get started with the final huddle for Westminster as we see UCCS coming across. Both these teams back in action at end, knocked around, I should say. Westminster, Di Geronimo on the near sideline. Centers it can't quite get it. and it goes off her foot. Just kind of shanked that one, and it'll be a free kick opportunity now for DeShazer.
Good job on the defensive recovery there by Bree Johnson for the Mountain Lions. They brought the ball over to the near side of the field, and she got on her horse and got over there in a hurry to be able to cut down that opportunity.
Maple trying to send it down deep, and there's UCCS defense to clear it back out. But again, Westminster doing their best to try to get this insurance goal. As you can probably hear on the microphones, wind is starting to pick up a little bit. But it looks like the Clouds are trying to break an opportunity. Westminster takes the 2-0 lead against the Mount Lions. And we'll wait to get confirmation. I believe, though, just trying to go off of it live, I believe that might be Amy Kerfurst. If so, that's her third goal of the season, and it puts Westminster up 2-0 here with 38 minutes to play.
We'll wait and hear for the announcement on the goal, but if it is indeed, and it is Amy Kerfurst, that is good for her third goal, that she leads scoring for this Griffins team coming in. She's the only one coming into today that had multiple goals. Of course, Maple adding her second goal earlier in this game, making them the only two with multiple goals on the season. But you know where the threats are going to be coming from the Griffins. So if you're the Mountain Lions defense, you kind of have to give them more attention. Not seeing a whole lot of offense from any of the other offensive players for the Griffins thus far. So if you pull some extra players over, give Kerfurst and Maple that extra attention, I think it'll go a long way for the Mountain Lions.
So a 2-0 lead now for Westminster, a definite opportunity, a great shot. I mean, that was probably, 25 yards out on the far sideline, and just beat DeShazer into that left corner. And now another opportunity. I don't think Mountain Lions are going to let that one get anywhere. As DeShazer passes it back out to Pacino, and she brings it back down the field.
Yeah, DeShazer is definitely not the one to blame for these goals. She has been in great position, but given an all-out effort on both of them, but just out of the reach on both of them. One on the right-hand side, one on the left-hand side. They're using the whole net for Westminster, so really at that point you kind of have to put it more on the backline defense for the Mountain Lions. You have to minimize those opportunities. Don't give the Griffins the chance to get those long-range goal shots in. They've shown you that they can make the shots. You have to kind of cut down those opportunities and not give them that opportunity moving forward.
Westminster, 2 goals on the season, tying their season high that they made against Hawaii Pacific. That was a 2-0 game out on the islands back on September 5th. And so Westminster doing a fantastic job. Look like they may be able to stay unbeaten. UCCS, though, still got 36 minutes to prove otherwise. As for the Griffins, they're going to get it back down into the field, and it's broken up. Great job there by Sims to break it up. And she now has the ball once again for the Mountain Lions and sends it across the field for UCCS.
Steinberg's over there trying to really push it down into the other side of the field quickly.
And what looked like was a pinch opportunity for the Mountain Lions looked like a foul called against Westminster. Correct me, I'm still trying to get my directions back after first half. So 36 minutes left to go. UCCS now with the opportunity to throw it in deep into the Westminster side of the field.
The Mountain Lions, it may not be a bad idea trying to just get it into some traffic over there, maybe kick the ball off of opposing player there, get a corner kick.
And look like a great opportunity there for Johnson to possibly do something with that, but it looks like it's broken up by Westminster. Mountain Lions are not going to go down quietly, though. They're trying to get the ball back into the center. Another opportunity broken up by Westminster, and they're just going to try to clear it out, try to get it outside of their goal area.
A good play there. Patterson tried to just kind of skip it over to Gabriella Lancaster there in the middle. Lancaster wasn't quite able to get the handle on it, and it skipped past her, but the Mountain Lions are really trying to push play here as Steinberg comes in.
It's another opportunity and a goal now for Mountain Lions as they're able to avoid the shutout. First goal given up by Westminster's Craycroft this season. Jake, let me see if you were able to identify who that was in all the traffic.
Well, Steinberg was the one that put it into the middle. It looks like Patterson was able to get a foot on it in the middle. It looked like it may have gone off of a defender there, but Patterson putting herself in the right position. Like I said earlier, Fee Steinberg just getting the ball into the middle and good things happen, and right there it did. And Patterson, the captain, adding her 31st goal on her career to that record for the Mountain Lion Club. Good for her, and congratulations for that. But getting the Mountain Lions on the board here, very important. See what they can do with their newfound momentum.
Patterson, her 5th goal this season, and that at least puts Mountain Lions back within 1 goal against the Griffins. And as you said, just keep putting the ball in, and just hopefully things will happen. And that was a good opportunity. That Mountain Lions, again, they're being aggressive. They're not letting the grass grow. An opportunity now for Westminster to bring it down the field. And that looks like that is Wheeler once again on this near sideline, cleared out, almost cleared out, but Mountain Lions able to control it. Sims gets the ball down the field for the Mountain Lions. 34 minutes left to go. Westminster leading by 2-1 here at Mountain Lion Stadium.
Pacino able to poke it through the legs there of the attacker Wheeler for the Griffins. Kind of a handy defensive play as they'll throw it in on the other side, but good job by the Mountain Lions. Keep that ball deep towards that baseline. If you can keep it down there, you're going to get some corner kick opportunities, maybe a few goal kicks for them, but if you keep it down there and not keep the offense playing in their own defensive zone, that's way more tiring for offensive players. Keep that momentum going and keep the gas pedal down.
Kate Munger checking in for the Westminster Griffins. Here with 33 minutes left to go as a free kick opportunity now for Westminster. I believe if that's the same as has been, that should be Estrada taking this free kick, and a deep ball down the field. Headed away by Mountain Lions. Looks like UCCS will ultimately control it and have an opportunity to try to go back down the field to the north. And here we have Johnson for the Mountain Lions. Good footwork to try to break that a little bit. Trying to get it back into center. Patterson once again, already 1 goal. And looks like it'll be broken away, rebounded, and it will be in favor of UCCS on this throw-in.
Mountain Lions fell victim to a little bit of that pinball action in the first half. If you keep that within the opposing team's defense, it kind of throws them off. They're not sure where to go. The ball's moving around quickly. When you're the offensive team, when that's happening, you can kind of sit back, just see what happens and wait for it to present itself for a scoring opportunity. So if the Mountain Lions can keep the pressure on, it will pay dividends for them.
Oh, an opportunity there. Goes out the football crossbar, and it'll be a free kick as Kelsey Takahashi for, I believe that is Maydew, and that is, well, it looks like she's going to be okay as Westminster now subbing in. So Mountain Lions and Griffins both subbing in liberally here to start this second half. I believe that is Sammy Black, number 11.
Well, and credit to Maydew on that last play. She was kind of left alone in the box there. The ball was bouncing on her, wasn't able to set it down and get a good shot off as it ricocheted up off the football goalpost. But good job kind of staying pat, waiting for that opportunity to present itself and putting a shot on net.
DiGeronimo passing it up for the Westminster Griffins. An opportunity there for Schmidt, but it's just a little bit past her as DeShazer picks the ball up for the Mountain Lions. 30 minutes left to go in this ball game. Westminster up 2-1.
Zoe Sims and Jade Kinsey pitching in on defense there for the Mountain Lions. Kind of a broken play for them defensively, but they were able to kind of whittle that down into the middle and funnel that ball right to DeShazer, so she had an easy play on it.
Braun to Munger on that far sideline for the Griffins as they're trying to regain a 2-0 lead, and back to the center to Braun. Braun able to get over to Geronimo. Geronimo trying to pass it up, a little bit of traffic to Black, and it's ultimately broken up. And it'll be a free kick for DeShazer, as we can hear the Westminster men's soccer team as they arrive to the stadium.
Yeah, they wanted a foul called on that one. I like the no call from the middle referee there. Kind of got their legs tangled up. They were both trying to play the ball. Just kind of a soccer incident there. No harm, no foul. But the Mountain Lions are really trying to keep that ball out of the middle of the field, but the Griffins keep getting it there.
Maple on the ground, able to get back up quickly. Patterson with the ball for the Mountain Lions at midfield in front of the bench. A little bit of contact there, and it's going to go against Patterson. So definitely a little bit of physicality here. Finally see the foul called, whether that kind of calms things down a little bit or not, but be a free kick opportunity right at midfield for Westminster. They're getting their chances. They're trying to do a good job at least clearing it away to take any serious opportunities away from the Griffins.
Patterson for the Mountain Lions, never afraid to get involved physically. The captain for this team, it's her job to kind of get things going. If she's not feeling a whole lot of energy for her team, yeah, you don't want to take too many fouls, but one in a not very dangerous spot over there towards midfield. Good job getting in there, as another foul is going to be called here.
Looks like it's going to be a card. So a yellow card issued to Sammy Black for the Westminster Griffins. Sammy Black getting her... I don't have on my sheet how many cards, but...
That's the first card we've seen today off of my record, but it was Takahashi over there trying to get into the middle, but then Fisher jumped into the play and Black stuck her foot out and got the ankle of Fisher as she came rifling through there. She was really going to be coming with some speed, so although it is a card for her, maybe not such a terrible penalty because Fisher was coming with a lot of speed. It would have been a defensive or offensive break for sure for the Mountain Lions.
And definitely, I mean, we've been seeing probably in the last couple minutes of physicality definitely increasing on both sides of the ball here. And so definitely hopefully that we can finish this game out without any other major issues. 29 minutes left to go in this game as UCCS with the opportunity of throwing the ball in deep into the Westminster field. Another throwing opportunity there for Kelsey Takahashi. Another opportunity centered, broken up by Westminster. UCCS trying to maintain possession. Sims getting the ball over onto the right side, and it's going to be cleared up by Craycroft. And a little bit of opportunity to reset, clear the ball back down for the Griffins.
It's a good job there by the Mountain Lions. After the card, get the ball down into the offensive zone and kind of keep it there for a few minutes, see if you could get an opportunity. And then a good job by Craycroft coming the other way, seeing that they started to get some chemistry in the offensive zone, come way out, get the ball in the outside part of the box as she does again here.
And a dangerous opportunity looked like it ultimately...
It's going to be a handball.
So is this a
free kick penalty?
So we're pretty much field level, so we're going to try to take a look at our camera position, see if we can get a better eye. It almost looks like that is just outside of the box if I'm looking at the gold line, which is the 18-yard mark.
Yeah, the soccer used that gold boundary. Both the outside line and the goal box are going to be there. It's going to be a free kick. It looks like Patterson's going to take it for the Mountain Lions. A big opportunity here to tie the game.
And as we kind of saw there, I mean, that ball is just outside the goal box.
Well, and credit to Kelsey Takahashi. She had her hand up right away when that happened. She said she's outside the box. The referee wasn't really able to call it, but Craycroft kind of laid there for a second. She wasn't sure, but referee came over, made the call, and now we're going to...
So you got Patterson right there. The benefit of playing on a football field, we know exactly how far 10 yards are right now. And the ball is ready for play. Patterson with the opportunity for the Mountain Lions. And it's just blocked by Craycroft. That was not the cleanest save, but a save nonetheless. And good job by Craycroft to keep this a 2-1 lead for the Griffins.
She's the defending goalkeeper of the week for a reason. She started to go the wrong direction, but was able to fall back and ultimately make the save on Patterson. Big opportunity, though, missed for the Mountain Lions. When you have want to capitalize and tie this game, at least be able to ensure some extra time if nothing else is.
Will go be called against Ella Fisher. And so Westminster with the opportunity to get this free kick. 26 left to go in this first game. Westminster and UCCS men's teams playing at roughly 1:30 after the conclusion of this game. Ball is put into play on the far sideline for the Griffins. And still knocked away. Black trying to get it cleared out. Looks like Westminster able to maintain a little bit better control. Reset a little bit over to Estrada. Estrada getting it down the field, broken up by Sims.
Great job jumping into the play there by Sims, getting a foot in front.
Westminster keeping the pressure up. UCCS not clearing a ball quite down the field. That was, I don't think, as quite as much as they had hoped for on that one. Westminster will maintain control. DeGeronimo Patterson trying to clear the ball and get the ball for the Mountain Lions, but instead Westminster, and that's Braun. Braun over to Wheeler. Wheeler now all the way back to Kashuki. A lot of back and forth here. UCCS now with the opportunity with Maydew.
Estrada again standing tall on Maydew, not letting the fancy footwork get into her head, sticking her foot out and getting that ball moving the other direction for the Griffins.
Back and forth game here in the last couple of minutes, as neither team able to get a real sustained push down to the other field, and a hard play there. Not quite sure if I would disagree too much with that. That was Ella Fisher called on the foul once again.
Yeah, kind of coming in from the back for Fisher, got her foot in between the legs of the defender, didn't get any ball on the play. You got to be able to play the ball to avoid the foul. Coming in from the back like that, not a super intelligent decision offensively, I should say, in your own zone, given the ball back to the opposition.
Schmidt with the ball for Westminster, gets it over to Black. Black trying to do something with it, is ultimately broken up by the Mountain Lions, but DeGeronimo there for Westminster to keep it from going down the field. 24 minutes left to go in this game. DeGeronimo deep ball into center. It's knocked away, and UCCS knocks away Westminster, though, ultimately maintaining control with Braun.
You may not have caught it there, but on Black's opportunity, Patterson came in from the back. If she hadn't done that, Black would have been able to turn around and get a clean shot off, but Patterson came in and harassed her from the other side, got her own foot on the ball, and took care of the threat.
Black, there's Geronimo. Geronimo on the near sideline. That is kicked out. It went out by Bree Johnson.
It went off the flag. It stayed in.
Yep.
The flag is in play, so good job by Sims there. Then staying with the ball and then kicking it off of the offensive player, getting it in front of that flag. But, yeah, kind of a tricky play. That flag is in, so if it bounces just right, you can play it.
And both teams with a few subs coming in. Get some fresh legs for this last quarter of the game. As Sims ready to throw the ball in for the Mountain Lions. Basically having to go the entire length of the field for UCCS. Sims now getting it back, and a deep ball down, headed up by Hinkle. And Hinkle now still maintaining possession for the Mountain Lions as UCCS trying to move the ball down the field as Merlot. Merlot going over to the far side to Fisher. Fisher punches it up. We'll see if UCCS can maintain possession, but there's Westminster. Both teams fighting for possession.
Fee Steinberg really wanting a call there. She kind of got bumped off the ball and lost her feet from underneath her. She was banging on the ground, wishing that, trying to campaign for a call, if you will, but not getting one. But a good job for the Mountain Lions coming out of their own end. When you're in your own corner like that, it's hard. You can kind of get funneled back. The ball bounce around a lot, but good clear attempt for the Mountain Lions and getting the ball out of the defensive corner.
Westminster throwing the ball in, playing with the 1-goal lead against the Mountain Lions on their home field. First time at home in 4 weeks as Maple, already with 1 goal, passes the ball down. And now back up to Maple as the Westminster Griffins reset a little bit and try to mount a charge. And yeah, a little bit too much of a push there by Ledoux, and it'll set up a free kick opportunity for the Griffins. And we're going to have the clock stopped, it looks like. And might have missed it as I was looking around, but I believe a yellow card against Ledoux.
Yeah, she's getting a little bit of an explanation there. They're usually a pretty good indication that a card was pulled. But you want to give too many opportunities to this Griffin squad when you're playing with a goal down from the Mountain Lions perspective. Taking cards and fouls in the middle of the field is not a bad place to take cards if you are going to take them, but you want to clean up your play and make sure that you're keeping the clock moving.
And it's now a sub opportunity now. So that hence the whistle, as it'll be Sims once we get ready to go here. We'll be checking the ball in 2 coming up for the Mount Lions here for the final 20 minutes.
Jungi and Fowler coming back into the game. We haven't seen Fowler since the first half. She was replaced by Kinsey back in that game, and now both of them are on the field. Good body position there from Hinkle, not giving any extra space to the offensive player.
And a little too much contact there. Foul's going to go across Madison Schmidt.
I think they're going to say that Schmidt gave a little bit of a shove for separation there. Nothing any aggressive, but just giving herself the extra advantage, which calls for the free kick and the possession back for the Mountain Lions.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of contact there. Could have gone either way for the ref. But as UCCS now with possession, trying to get this into transition, broken up by Westminster. As we just crossed the 70th minute mark, just under 20 minutes to play here at Mount Lion Stadium between UCCS and Westminster. Mount Lions resetting a little bit, trying to make a push down. But unfortunately, that ball goes out of play. Westminster will have to throw an opportunity at midfield.
Looks like there's going to be a substitution from the Mountain Lions when the opportunity comes. It looks like Abby Barheit's over there waiting, but credit to the Mountain Lions. We said to them during halftime that they really needed to control the possession more on the offensive half of the field, and that's exactly what they've done. They got 1 goal back. They did allow that second goal early in the half, but not a whole lot that DeShazer could do about it. So, it's Lancaster coming in for the Mountain Lions, number 15. But yeah, credit to them. Keep that ball in the offensive zone. Keep grinding away, and things are sure to happen on the other side for the Griffins. Just kind of get that momentum back. You're really controlling play. You want to keep pushing back and kind of get that disjointed Mountain Lion defense back into this game that they had in that first half.
DeShazer picking the ball up for UCCS. 11:18 left to go in this ball game. Deep kick for DeShazer down the field. Fowler trying to clear some room, and she's going to able to get it under possession with opportunities for Ledoux in the middle. Fowler's going to take it all the way, though. I believe an offside's called against the Mountain Lions.
Yeah, it looks like Fowler there had a little bit of an early break on the defender, so they're going to get the free kick in their own end.
I believe that's Maple, just based on how tall the person is. But it's able to be Fowler. Knocked away by Westminster, and now that's Black. Black trying to pass it up. Gets it up to Schmidt, a little bit too long there, and UCCS able to punch it back down onto the north end of the field.
Good job by Merlot there, coming in and gathering the loose change there. No foul because she was playing the ball.
Centering it back out for Sims at midfield. Sims getting it over to, I believe that's Fowler on the very near sideline. Fowler going back into center. Opportunity for Patterson, but it's knocked away. And it'll be, I believe, a corner kick opportunity for the Mount Lions. 10 minutes to play here in this ball game.
Good job there by Fowler. We talked about how she can start to quarterback on both defense and offense there. She set up that play. Good job by Patterson getting herself into an open space in the box, being able to get a kickoff on that. Wasn't really what she was looking for, but like we said, get the ball into the middle of the field, get players down there, and good things happen for the Mountain Lions, and that's what they're trying to do as Patterson goes to take the corner.
Second corner kick of the day for the Mountain Lions. 9:30 left to go. Ball is in. Headed in by, I believe that was Merlot, but it's cleared out by Westminster, but still a throw-in opportunity for UCCS.
Well, this is a good pattern to get in if you're the Mountain Lions. Keep the ball on the offensive end. Keep trying to get things happening. Force Westminster to clear the ball, because then you just get to set up right back again.
Ball is centered once again. I think that was Patterson. The ball is knocked away, and I believe that it'll be a goal kick. So last touched, I believe, by Patterson, but it was Patterson and about 3 other Westminster players down there. One of them was Craycroft.
Great job there by Patterson. Not afraid to sacrifice her body. She's kind of throwing herself around, get herself in the way of those balls, try and get a ricochet into the net.
Right now controlled by UCCS, although Westminster doing their best to try to clear it down the field. UCCS, though, with Fisher, now with Patterson, now back up top. Looks like they're going to reset a little bit with Sims at midfield. Sims gets it back into the middle. Header, I believe either Merlot got a piece of it or just missed it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Westminster. 8 minutes left to go in this ball game. UCCS will bring in Caitlin Hinkle back into the game.
The Mountain Lions are really starting to having that kind of harassing offensive presence that we talked about Westminster having earlier in this game. Just kind of wherever the ball is, they're sending players to it, trying to get things to happen. And Westminster's defense has been a lot more passive with the ball.
And I believe a foul called against Hinkle. And so we'll set up a free kick opportunity. 7.5 to play here in this game.
Yeah, Hinkle disagreed with that one. Got a little bit of an explanation there from the center ref, but it will be a free kick for Westminster. Once again, if you're going to give away a free kick, not in a terrible spot for the Mountain Lions, but you don't want to give away too many of them.
Deep ball headed out by Sims, and Mountain Lions trying to push it back down the field.
Hinkle.
And Hinkle with the opportunity. A one-on-one opportunity is going to be cleared out by Hoffman for Westminster. Mountain Lions moving incredibly quickly. Hinkle will throw it back in. Hinkle trying to get it into Merlot. Merlot, unfortunately, unable to control it. Westminster able to move it down the field a little bit to Maple. Maple to the far sideline for the Griffins. Under 7 to go here in this ball game. And a good opportunity for Westminster. I think Mountain Lions were going to try to clear it, but it stays in bounds. Westminster still maintains possession.
Good job by Westminster pushing the Mountain Lion defense back and then passing the ball back into their midfield, try and get something set up here.
Hoffman gets it into Wheeler. Wheeler back up to Hoffman, and it's going to be a deep kick now for Braun. It's going to be wide right. Opportunity for Mountain Lions to bring this ball back down the field. Just over 6 to play.
Good job by Sims there on the defensive back line for the Mountain Lions. Standing tall once again, kicking that ball back, getting the ricochet around, and ended up being a goal kick.
Good opportunity for UCCS to try to move this ball down the field. 6 to play here, and it's a throw-in opportunity in front of the UCCS bench for Westminster as Preston to throw it in for the Griffins. Headed up by the Griffins, it'll be UCCS throwing in front of their own bench. Opportunity to head it up. Patterson with the possession now for the Mountain Lions. Patterson punches it up to Steinberg. Steinberg trying to get something with it off of the sideline. Will throw it into the middle, and it's a little bit wide, and it'll go out of bounds. Be a goal kick for Westminster. Keeley checking it back in. 5:20 to play in this ball game.
Keeley looks like is going to be, wouldn't be surprised if that's the last substitution coming in for the Griffins, trying to sneak it in right before that 5-minute mark. The rule, of course, if the team that is ahead subs under 5 minutes, the clock stops. Obviously, with the lead, you want to keep the clock running, so kind of sneaking that last substitution in before that kicks in for the Griffins.
The Shays are kicking it back down. DiGeronimo there to break it up. Sims going back down to midfield. Right now it's a passing back and forth. DiGeronimo with the ball, but Kinsey trying to clear it up. An opportunity now for Wheeler for Westminster. Wheeler moves around. Juanita trying to get into the center to Maple. Can't quite do so. It's going to be a corner kick opportunity on this near sideline for Westminster. Maple to take the kick.
Sims doing a good job on that defensive corner throughout the game for the Mountain Lions. Coming in, and DeShazer did a good job putting herself right in front of the attacker there, so she couldn't really pass if she wanted to, but a corner kick here coming from Maple.
Maple puts the ball into play. Westminster has a few opportunities, but definitely a lot of UCCS shirts and defenders, and a foul called. It will go against Westminster. Free kick for UCCS, just under 4 to play. Quick ball put downfield for the Mountain Lions.
Steinberg's there.
Westminster defense trying to get back as quickly as they can.
Good transition by the Mountain Lions all the way onto the other side of the field.
Cleared out, broken up by Westminster, not quite cleared down the field yet. And you got Kinsey there for the Mountain Lions trying to bring it back down. 3:36 left to go. Mountain Lions need a goal. Maple kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in opportunity for UCCS.
Good job by Kinsey there on that last exchange. If she let that ball get past her, it would have been a fast break the other way for the Griffins, but she stuck her foot out and kept the offensive push going for the Mountain Lions.
Kinsey back into the middle to Pacino. Pacino crossing the midfield line. Gets it into Sims on the near sideline. 3:09 to play.
Sims got a lot of space.
Opportunity, passes it up to Johnson. Can't quite get there for Johnson. It goes out of bounds, and Westminster is going to take their time to get this ball back into play. 2:54 left to play.
Good job there by Sims. Good look there, trying to get it down into the bottom part of the field, but just a little bit too far for Bree Johnson. Wasn't able to get it.
But Johnson now to ball passes it, tries to get up to Patterson right on this baseline. Patterson still maintains possession, gets it in. Craycroft is not in position at all. It goes high, though. Great opportunity for the Mountain Lions. I believe a corner kick for UCCS. 2:24 left to go.
Well, and a good job there by the Mountain Lions. Craycroft kind of taking a gamble there, coming all the way out to cut down the angle on Patterson, but then Patterson took a good job sending that ball down, bringing it back, and then centering it in while Craycroft was...
For UCCS, ball is in. A little too much for anybody to get to it. It's going to go out to the other sideline. Goal kick for Westminster, 1:54 to play.
Looks like it may actually be a throw-in. I'm not sure if it made it to the end line. It will be a throw-in.
Oh, my apologies. I thought it went out. My apologies on that.
Yeah, hard to see that corner from our vantage point, but they're going to try and keep it in that corner, and it looks like Mountain Lions will get the throw-in here.
So with 1:35 left to go, Mountain Lions try to center it in. No one's there really to get it. Opportunity, it looks like a potential handball. And is this a... And I'm sorry, it looks like it went off someone. They're going to stop the clock. 88 seconds left to go, and the trainer's called out for Westminster.
Yeah, it looked like that one deflected right off of the Westminster's player's face there, so she's covering her face, maybe bloody nose or something. She's keeled over. It's hard to see who that is.
And we saw the ball go up then come back down quickly, so either it went off a head or a hand, and it looks like it went off of the head. 1:28 left to go. UCCS down by 1. Opportunities for UCCS here in the last few minutes. And we're still seeing, I believe that is the captain for Westminster. Able to get back up on her own, or at least trying to. And that is Brianne Braun. And Braun will come out for the time being. Coming in for Westminster with 1:28 left to go in this game. We'll see if we can get an ID on who that player is. Number 11, Sammy Black into the game for Westminster. 1:28 left to go in this ball game. UCCS down 2-1 to Westminster. Westminster trying to remain unbeaten on the season. UCCS, the 5th-ranked team, having a 6-game win streak on the line here today.
Looks like they're trying to hash out who's going to get possession back here.
And it looks like UCCS will be the ones to maintain it. 1:22 left to go in this ball game. Deep ball down the field. Looks like that is Johnson trying to get it back center. An opportunity for the Mountain Lions. And it's good for Mountain Lions. So with 1:14 left to go, Mountain Lions able to tie this up. We're going to see if we can get an idea on who this is, but definitely a lot of excitement here with 74 seconds to play. Is that Johnson?
It looks like it will be Johnson. Hinkle was down there too. A lot of chaos there, and Craycroft is still down on the field. I don't know if she took it off of her, but A lot of chaos there on the other side, but a credit to the Mountain Lions putting a full court press there at the very end of the game. Looks like Craycroft is up, and yeah, I think it may have gone off of her head on the way in, but credit to Johnson being there, putting herself in the right spot at the right time, and the Mountain Lions have tied this game with just under 75 seconds to play.
That's right, some free soccer. We just heard it over to from the official scores. Maydew with the score from Johnson. So Mount Lions able to tie this up with 1:14 to play. Craycroft will stay in, and ball's back into play. We've got an exciting finish here at Mount Lions Stadium.
You're going to see desperation here for the next minute 5 as both teams try and score.
Maple with the opportunity, but good job by the defense to keep that from going anywhere. 1 minute left to go as UCCS's DeShazer will take the time to get everyone downfield for the opportunity to put the go-ahead goal up. Mount Lions were down by 1, down by 2 at one point, have tied this game back up. 1 minute left to go in regulation between these two teams. We kind of expected this was going to be a great game.
Yeah, definitely what the doctor ordered today on this one. We expected a good one, and that's exactly what we have. As it looks like time might wind down on this one, but extra time's going to be something special.
It is. As Westminster, a hard play in the middle. It will go against UCCS. Although I could have seen that go either way. I think that was just a great play by both players to try to get the possession of that ball.
10 seconds to go.
And I'm not sure. It looks like Westminster is going to be content to go to halftime. Hoffman, deep ball down the field, is going to be saved by DeShazer, and that will be the end of regulation. Tied at 2. A great finish for the Mount Lions. So we've got a couple of minutes into overtime. So for those unfamiliar with college soccer, golden goal, first to score, wins the game. We've got 5 minutes until the next overtime period. Let's take a little bit of a break. If nothing else allows Jake and us to catch our breath a little bit. We're going to be back. Exactly. We're going to be back for overtime here from Mount Lions Stadium, tied at 2.
Beat. Beat.
Well, 90 minutes wasn't quite enough, so we're going to take some overtime to see if we can settle and get a result out of this. UCCS and Westminster tied at 2 apiece. And Jake, I mean, we knew this was going to be a great game, and man, it's been exciting. It's been physical. We've seen everything. It's been a fun game to start today's doubleheader.
Yeah, it's had a little bit of everything today. Some action, some goals, some excitement, some last-minute heroics. Whatever you wanted to see, you've gotten out of this game. And for both sides, it's a clean slate now. Whatever happened in the first 90 minutes does not matter anymore. The momentum, if there is any coming into this, will be on the side of the Mountain Lions, coming off scoring the last 2 goals of the match, one right before the end of regulation there. But if you're the Griffins, kind of regroup. You controlled the first half of this game almost exclusively. Kind of try and get back to where you had what you had going back then. If you're the Mountain Lions, just keep rolling. Don't take the foot off of the gas.
So as you mentioned, Westminster got out to an early 1-0 lead at Maple, getting the score within the first 5 minutes. They expanded on that lead 2-0 early in the second half. UCCS, Tara Patterson getting her 5th goal this season in the 55th minute, and then Tori Maydew scoring with 74 seconds left to go, and now we're at overtime. For those unfamiliar with college soccer, golden goal. First to score will win this game. 2 10-minute overtime periods. We're still waiting for the clock to start, so we're going to get even more bonus soccer here eventually. As that will, and now Mountain Lions will go from your right to the left here to start the first overtime period. And clock is going. So we got back to extra 20 seconds of action here. As UCCS now with the opportunity with the free kick, putting the ball quickly. Oh, sorry, I thought they were going to put the ball into play. And now in front of our place. Sun is finally out here in Colorado Springs, making for a beautiful day. Turnover there for the Mountain Lions, and Westminster able to maintain possession to move it slowly down the field.
Oh, Merlot came in quickly there, tried to get a possession change, but the ball had already left, so it looks like the foul call will be on her. Clock stoppage coming.
Not sure. They're talking up to the...
I think they're going to fix the time.
I wouldn't be too surprised. There we go, 8:50. So about 27 seconds
difference.
Yep. So that makes it a little bit better, just because you would hate to be in that position where a goal was scored with 10 seconds left or something like that, and it really technically wouldn't have happened otherwise. So clock is now right, 8:43 left to go in this first overtime period. 2 overtime periods, once again, sudden death format.
Can't help to wonder what kind of postseason implications this could have, not only for the RMAC, but potentially nationally as well. Both of these teams are sure to be in that conversation later in the season, and although it's early in RMAC play for the women's side of things, this one could really come back to be something that decides standings later in the season.
And as you mentioned, the way that it's weighted, a road win for Westminster against a team like UCCS would have huge implications for postseason seeding purposes. Whereas UCCS definitely needs to get that win to make sure that they keep any kind of potential postseason hopes alive after getting a loss to Texas A&M Commerce. Opportunity now for... They're going to overrule Westminster to throw the ball in. 7:43 left to go in this first overtime.
A little bit of discrepancy. The midfield ref called it for Westminster. Middle ref will always trump the outside ref, so
exactly
that's what we go with.
Westminster, an opportunity to kind of reset a little bit to try to make another push. UCCS able to get the turnover, though. And an opportunity definitely closing in for Westminster, doing a good job of keeping that in. Hoffman kicks it out of bounds, and it'll be UCCS throwing just off to the side of the Westminster bench.
Quickly into Merlot over there. Nice move.
Very nice move for UCCS. Gets it past the line. Patterson is blocked well, and Craycroft will pick the ball up for the Griffins. Just under 7 to go in this overtime.
Yeah, good body possession there. It looked like it was Elena Pierce over there for the Griffins, getting on the inside part of the Mountain Lion offensive player and erasing that chance.
throw in for UCCS. And broken up by Westminster. They're going to try to keep it. UCCS still with possession, though, moving downfield. Along that far sideline for the Mount Lions. Only one player in the middle right now. That's Hinkle, I believe. Hinkle, they're trying to get it into her. Not quite. Just well too guarded.
Good positioning there, though, by Hinkle. We said the last time that they met last season in that postseason upset for the Griffins. Hinkle had the lone goal for the Mountain Lions and showing us how she did it there, putting herself in the perfect position. If anything were to squirt out, she'd be right there to bang it home.
Exactly. Another throw in for the Mountain Lions on the far sideline goes out of play for them against the Mountain Lions. Westminster now throwing it in. Right now, both teams just content to go along that far sideline. Patterson, though, turns the corner. Ricochets off of Patterson, but into the feet of Westminster. And to the near sideline to Preston. Slowing it down just a little bit, 5.5 in this first overtime period. And down the field from Kerfers, who had that second goal for the Griffins. Out of bounds, it'll be a free kick for DeShazer. 3 coming in for the Mount Lions here with 5 to go in the first overtime.
Checking in for the Mount Lions, number 5, Abby Barheit. Number 26, Cindy Lasatter. And number 27, Cindy Ledoux.
Not sure if you were able to hear over on microphones, but Barheit, Lasatter, and Ledoux checking in for the Mount Lions here. 5 to go in the first overtime.
Yeah, Ledoux had a really strong offensive presence in the early part of the first half, so we'll see if she's able to continue that there as here come the Mountain Lions down the field.
Fisher for the Mountain Lions, bring it all the way about 30 yards down the field. Patterson now over to the far side to Merlot. Merlot tries to get it in a little bit too much for 2 Mountain Lions who had the opportunity to make the play there. That was Fisher and Ledoux.
Yeah, Fisher looked like she may have a chance there, but it took an extra to play. But the Mountain Lions are starting to push.
It's been mostly Mountain Lions here in this first overtime period. As you said, they had the momentum coming out of regulation and have tried to keep it going here in the first overtime. Both players go down, no call. Probably a good decision by the center referee. On the far side now for Kinsey. Kinsey battling and able to get some help from Lassiter. Lassiter tries to center it in, but kicks out of bounds. Deflected by Westminster to be a corner kick opportunity for the Mountain Lions.
Couple of players coming in on both sides. But a big opportunity here for the Mountain Lions. They haven't had a whole lot of success coming off of, it looks like it's Jungi coming in to take that. Lasatter was over there, but she's going to come in. But not a whole lot of success from the corner kicks thus far, but this is only the third one they've had.
Kick is in. It's a little bit low. It's blocked. It's kicked out by Craycroft. Mountain Lions were trying to kind of keep that in, but goes out of bounds off of Barheit.
Good job by Abby Barheit over there. She was the last kind of the midfielders for the Mountain Lions. The only people behind her were the backline defense for UCCS. So if she let that ball get past her, it would have been a numbers advantage for the Griffins going the other way. So although you give it to them on a throw-in, you kind of save yourself from that mismatch going the other direction.
Free kick opportunity now for UCCS, about 35 yards out of the goal. 2:30 left to go in this first overtime period. All the Mountain Lions lined up at the top of the box. Kick is up, movement inside the box, plenty of opportunities, a header, and the ball is still loose, picked up by Jungi. She hits the deck, no call is made. Mountain Lions try to get it in, but 2 defenders there to block it and clear it out for Westminster.
Good chance there for the Mountain Lions. Patterson was right there, but her back was turned the wrong direction and it fell behind her. If she was turned around, she could have gotten a shot off, but they're coming right back for more.
Another opportunity for the Mountain Lions. Patterson in the box trying to keep possession. Let's go over to Jungi. Jungi with the shot. It's going to go in. Jungi with the game winner. 1:42 left to go in the first overtime period. Looks like the goal is going to stand. Jungi, the pass from Patterson, and Mount Lions take the 3-2 win against Westminster.
Great job by Tara Patterson. She was all alone in the middle. She couldn't really do anything. She had her body turned the wrong way. She turns around, finds Amelia Jungi all by herself, who settles it down and puts a great shot over Craycroft's head, puts it home, and gets the win for the Mountain Lions.
And you were saying Patterson. I mean, Westminster is doing what they need to do. They had 2 defenders on Patterson. No opportunity for her to go out to Jungi, wide open, and gets the shot over onto the right corner past Craycroft. What a game. Mount Lions down by 2, scored the last 3, and able to take this game 3-2 against Westminster. Jake, wow. I mean, this was everything we expected. UCCS extends their winning streak to 7 straight games, they're now 3-0 in the RMAC, 5th-ranked team in the nation. Westminster, their only 2 non-wins, a loss and a tie, are the 2 top 10 teams. Westminster, these 2 teams are going to be seeing each other, I have a feeling, in the postseason.
Absolutely, and you took the words right out of my mouth. The only really adversity that the Griffins have seen all season was the tie and this loss to the Mountain Lions, both top 10 teams. So, I mean, they received votes. They weren't in the top 25. Even though they lost, I would not be shocked at all to see them move up into those rankings. They've proven that they can hang with the best teams in the nation. And I just think that they have come and done what they set out to do and proven that they can hang with those teams, and I would not be surprised to see them on that list next week.
No, exactly. So your final score here from Mount Lions Stadium, UCCS 3, Westminster 2. On behalf of Jake Ross, I'm Jared Verner, and on behalf of our entire crew, thank you so much for joining us. If you're sticking around for the men's game, that'll start at roughly 40 minutes, so looking at probably closer to 2 o'clock kickoff. Thank you so much for joining us. You're watching UCCS Women's Soccer.